Hello, hello, hello. Well, it's a beautiful Saturday morning in Edinburgh. Sun is out, it's looking gorgeous. I'm in the new town, so I just thought I'd take a little wander, let you have a little look around whilst I head off to where I'm going. Now remember, if you like the channel, you like the way I do tours, please like, please subscribe. And remember, you've got to watch 3 minutes or your subscribe gets cancelled, okay? Right, I'm just going to try and turn us round. There we are. Now I'm using my new gimbal today, so no judder, which is fantastic. And this is George Street. We're in the Georgian new town, so started 1767. It's looking absolutely gorgeous. Look at the sun out on these buildings. Fantastic. Yeah, I was standing here so I could show you Tiger Lily, but as you can see, there's a taxi just parked in front to let people off, because you can actually stay here as well. But I just love the flowers and everything, it's really nice. Looks lovely sunny, doesn't it? Aye, Agatha. Yeah, beautiful morning. I've got a private Dean Village walking tour in about 45 minutes or so, so I thought, I'm early, I'm going to come along and show you. See what I mean about the flowers? It's nice, eh? So yeah, right. So I hope you're having a good morning, everyone. I'm using my new gimbal and it's a bit lighter and more delicate with the movement and things, so I'm finding it a bit awkward because it looks beautiful, it is. So hopefully I'll get the hang of the gimbal soon and we'll be okay, because it's very smooth, but it's just getting used to things. Oh, they're nice too. This is Brown's. So George Street, if you do come to Edinburgh, yeah, there's lots of places to eat in George Street. It's quite nice. Yeah, and sitting outside on a morning like this isn't too bad. Gusto, just here. Yeah, so I've not been up to anything exciting other than getting a new gimbal, which is so delicate. It keeps moving. Oh no. I hope that's okay as you're watching it. I'm finding it quite odd. It's got a mind of its own. Right, anyway. It's all practice, that's the thing. I loved the Osmo 3. Me and Osmo 3 were great friends, but you can't get it anymore, they've stopped making it. Double post box, there's something you don't see every day. And it's got GR on it, George Rex. So when they produce new post boxes, we will get CR3, Charles Rex 3 on them. Oh, the gardens are looking lovely. I'll take you across, we'll have a look. I'll just press the green man. Yeah, it's looking really, I'm not quite sure about the movement on the camera. It's not floating my boat. It's not too bad if we're standing still. So, is anybody up to anything exciting this morning, or is it just me? Such a beautiful morning. Anyway, so Charlotte Square. I'll do a new town tour at some point, so you can have a closer look. Martin does the new town as well, so that'd be quite nice to watch one of his. Oh, there's a green man. Right. Oh, they've cut the grass. Now, before COVID, we used to get the book festival here in August, and this is a private garden, so you need to get a key to get into it. I love the ironwork on the gates. Isn't that beautiful? So yeah. So the statue is Prince Albert, Queen Victoria's husband, and this is Charlotte Square Garden. Behind it with the green dome, that was St George's Church in Charlotte Square. It's a gorgeous morning. Yeah, when Queen Victoria, when the statue was unveiled, she was so pleased with it, she actually knighted the sculptor and he became Sir John Steele, and the band leader was playing a piece of music which had been composed by Prince Albert, so she knighted him as well. So yeah, right, I'm just going to take you out. Let's see what else So over on the far side, that is where the Georgian house is. So the Georgian house is laid out as how a rich person would have lived at the end of the 1700s. Oh, hi everyone that's just joining. I've just noticed a couple of people popped on there. Sorry, I missed it. Right, so I'll just show you back where we've come from. So you can see at the far end you've got St Andrew's Square, and the idea of George Street was to open up to these two lovely squares. But yeah, I think we'll head down this way. Oh, we can go and have a look at Princess Street. Yeah, I've got some spare time because when I got dropped off, I had to get dropped off early. Right, now, I love the fan lights on these Georgian buildings because they're all different. So if we look across the road, you can see the half moon shapes above the doors, the fan lights. Your fan light could be any design you wanted, really. So it was a nice way to put a personal stamp on your house. So I think I'll go down here because that way I'm not having to climb down steps and try and hold you steady at the same time. Yeah, I wonder if there's a setting in the gimbal to make it less sensitive to my movements. So this is the south side of Charlotte Square, and I'm not sure what the lights are doing. Right, the light's red, so I'll go to the middle and then I should be able to get right across. There we are. Right, it's a little bit bouncy. Yeah, I think I need to do some work with this gimbal just to stop that. From here it looks like it's quite severe, but it might not be too bad on a bigger screen. So just here, this is where Alexander Graham Bell was born. So he was born here on the 3rd of March 1847, inventor of the telephone. So he lived here till he was about 15, 16, and then ended up in America and Canada. So yeah, and years ago there was talk about turning it into a museum, but that never happened. But yeah, it would have been nice. I'm pretty sure you can see the plaque there. So, oh, look at that, it's such a beautiful morning. Sam, will you be doing? Yes, I will be. I didn't want to put any on until I'd worked out what the problem was with Streamlabs, and I think I've sorted it now. And also, I was needing a new gimbal because my last gimbal there had developed a judder. And there was no rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes it would judder, sometimes it wouldn't. So I've had to buy a new one, and which isn't that unusual, to be fair. I go through about 3 or 4 a year, but they stopped making the one I like. So I just want to do a couple of practices with the new one before I commit, because I don't want people to be feeling seasick when they're watching. I mean, I don't mind these little morning ones for practicing because everybody kind of understands. But yeah, I'm pretty much comfortable now with Streamlabs, and yeah, I should be able to get it up and going. So next week I'll post in Facebook, and my Buy Me a Coffee I can put little post notes on there, and I think YouTube I can put posts, but I don't know where you see them. But I will tell everyone that I'm doing it, and I'll plan it to give people enough notice to find it. And if I can get onto the guide calendar, I'll get it updated there as well for everyone. So there we are. We're looking at Edinburgh Castle through a tree. I'll just bring you around. What a gorgeous day, isn't it? See, yesterday it was miserable. Today, sun's out again. Now that Celtic cross that's just across the road from us, that is to a minister. He wrote books and things. And then just behind him in the gardens you can see St Cuthbert's Church, And then if we come round, this is St John's Episcopalian. This one's kind of Gothic perpendicular in style. And if you remember, if you were ever at Thurso with me, we saw the church in Thurso. Sorry, there's a lot. It's really sensitive, this gimbal. There must be a setting I can do to stop it moving quite so much. But yeah, so that is what the church that we looked at in Thurso was kind of modelled on, a miniature version. So I'm just going to go up to the traffic lights and cross over. It's quite sorry, I keep talking about the gimbal. It's just because it's new and I'm finding it a bit strange, the movement on it. Very sensitive. So, oh look, the we call it the Cali, because it's always been the Caledonian. The red sandstone hotel across the road. It's a 5-star hotel, but a few years ago it changed its name to the Waldorf Astoria, the Caledonian, and it's really hard to remember that it's changed its name. And how's that for a bank building? Isn't that gorgeous? You've got these lovely fluted Corinthian columns and all this detail. So we'll just head up to the crossing. Even the Rutland's a beautiful building. You got the pilasters and they're sort of Corinthian style at the top of those. Oh, and the Green Man's on, even better. Oh, I'll show you the Hairy Coo and the Oor Willie. Right, I'll just show you them here. It's a bit of a giggle, isn't it? So we had the cow parade years ago, which was to raise money for charity. They auctioned off the cows at the end, and they were decorated by artist schools and that kind of thing. So you've got a cow here. I know, but it's just I'm trying to get some practice in before I start doing it full-on tours, because I want to get all the glitches out the way, so I'm sorry. And then you've got the Oor Willie, and they had him decorated in all different ways to raise money as well. So they're a cute wee way of making money and donations. Oh, can you hear that? I'm going to be able to hear it for this tram. Look at the clock. Do you see that moving at the bottom? I hope you can hear that. This is Johnny Walker now. It used to be the Bins, and it was House of Fraser. And tradition was you stood under the clock and waited for your date to turn up. There you go. The times that it goes off doesn't quite make sense, but anyway, at least we got to see that. That's brilliant. Right, so I think I am going to, I'm going to go back across the road. We'll go this way. So this end of Princes Street doesn't get a lot of coverage on tours, but the buildings are beautiful. And look at all the detail at the top of that one. I just wish I could zoom in. I'm actually just doing it straight to YouTube. I'm not on the app. But yeah. And here's a church that has been transformed into a sort of pub nightclub thing. I'll just show you in a second. I'm just going to wait for the kids to get out the picture. So Shanwick Place is just ahead of us here, Princes Street, then it goes into Shandwick Place. But as we turn round, this is Gilly Doo, and you can see it was a church. If you don't use it, you'll lose it, you know, so we have to we'll have to do things with the buildings or they just deteriorate and fall apart. And I love this kind of harping back. You've got the old sort of Romanesque style arches or Norman arches, but this is a revival note. It isn't that old, but it's beautifully done. I'm going to just show you. I mean, it really is. A lot of detail went into it. I'm hoping the signal's still okay. You see the faces? Isn't that amazing? They're sticking out their tongues, and I'll come over this side a bit so hopefully you can see it. I just think it's brilliant. I love this building. And then if you look up to the peak there, the point, you've got another rather gruesome looking face. Bottom teeth and a big nose. But yeah. So that's the Gilly Do Scottish Fair. Jigs and reels. And there's what was Binns, then House of Fraser. Right, let me see. I think the Green Man's coming on. So we'll get across the road and let me see, what time is it? Yep, I think I've got time. We've got another 5 minutes. And then I'm just going to nip across before that tram comes. Yeah, so there you are. Wait till I show you this bank. It's now Greg's. It's so strange to see a bank building turned into Greg's, but there you are. You've got Griffin's, you've got St Andrew. It's lovely. But anyway, right. And if we were to continue straight to the end of the road, that would take us to Haymarket train station. So Edinburgh's quite compact. It's quite easy to get around. And there's the Gilly Do from the distance. And I'm just waiting for the Green Man to get us back across the road. I just want to show you what they've done with the police box. Here we go. Oh. Right, it won't be long. Just waiting for the buses to go by. Yeah, we'll have these old police boxes. They're no longer useful to the police, so they've been turned into all sorts of things. Oh, I missed that comment, sorry, the sun was shining, it's on the screen. Right. Right, so here you have it. Cask 88, rare and old whiskies.
I'm sorry.
That's alright. So it used to be a police box. I'll just show you, there's the emblem or the coat of arms. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's just nice to get away for 5 minutes, isn't it? So that's the same as what you see on the top of my hat. But yeah, so this is a whiskey bar. But originally you had one door which you could put say somebody was drunk and disorderly or whatever, you put them in there until they can get picked up and taken to the police station. And there's these two doors here. There's one here and one here. And one of them had access to a telephone which went to the police station, and the other one had access to the first aid kit. So yeah, so this one's a whiskey bar. You'll see ones that have been turned into coffee bars, book nooks, all sorts of things. It's just brilliant to give them a new lease of life. So there you are. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed that little wander about just now, and I will be putting more tours on, don't worry. I'm going to start probably next week. I just want to give you enough notice. I have got one on the 15th at 3 o'clock my time. See how that goes, and then I'll put the rest on, because that's like the first proper one I'm going to try with the Streamlabs and everything. Make sure it all goes well. But anyway, so if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, please like, and watch something for 3 minutes. I'm going to have to get used to saying that, and it just doesn't feel right. Anyway, people, I'll let you go, and it was lovely to meet you. Right, bye.